hope you guys are well. In my last video, I talked about finding the balance of working during the summer and having your kids home with you. And so today plays into what we talked about last week. And so part of, for me and my family, finding that balance is having a meal plan for the week, getting some meals planned ahead of time so that we have more time together as a family and there's more times to get the things done that we need to get done, but just going into the week with a plan. And so I want to share with you guys today, we're going to go to the grocery store together. I'm going to share a grocery haul with you. This is our midweek grocery haul. I have yet to figure out how to get enough groceries for the entire week, all in one go, especially over the summer when people are here eating all the time. So I'll share that with you, and then we're gonna pick up and we're gonna do our meal plan for the week, make a couple of items. We'll do breakfast, we'll do some lunch, we'll do dinner, we'll do snacks, we'll do dessert. So I am so thankful you're here. I hope you found this video helpful. If you do, hit that subscribe button. Let's get started. All right, before I start sharing all of these delicious recipes, I'm gonna take you back to yesterday when the kids and I went grocery shopping. I go to a lot of different grocery stores. I don't have one set grocery store that I always go to. If I'm going to do grocery delivery, I usually do Walmart grocery delivery because I find it to be the most affordable. But we went to Publix yesterday. I don't know if Publix is nationwide, but I love that grocery store because they have free cookies for the kids. They have free fruit for the kids. So I have a whole lot of leverage to keep the behavior on the up and up, if you know what I mean. So we went to Publix, we got our groceries, so I'll bring you along for that, and then I brought you home and I showed you the grocery haul. So let me show you that really quickly, and then we'll get started cooking.
Can we get the free banana, please?
All right, let me just share this little grocery haul with you guys. This is actually a lot more than we typically get with our midweek grocery run, but since I wanted to do a good meal prep for this weekend, I needed some extra stuff. This is our bread that we always love to get. These are for some recipes we're gonna be doing today. I need a lot of vanilla, and I only have like a tiny bit left in the current container that I have. We needed some almond flour for one of the recipes. It said specifically to not get super fine almond flour, but I could not find any almond flour that wasn't super fine, so we're gonna go with it. My kids love Chick-fil-A sauce. Ranch is a staple. I needed some more cooking spray. So this is my favorite pesto that we're gonna be using in our dinner recipe tonight. Some almond butter, some ginger root for our wellness shots, just some deli meat, some ham, some turkey. This is just nice and easy to have for lunch for the kids. Some chicken for a recipe. I have not tried these tortillas before. I typically get the Olay brand, but I was very intrigued, and I'm always about trying something new, and they have some good protein in them and fiber, so we're gonna try these. This is my absolute favorite salad mix. It's a Mediterranean Crunch by Taylor Farms. So I got 2 of those for some salad jars. Since it is summer, we needed a watermelon. I tried to look up on my phone. I know there's tricks for picking a good watermelon, and I believe it says you want a big yellow spot, you want it to sound a little hollow when you give it a little hit, and so I think we picked a good one. Stay tuned. I'll let you know. Some celery, some bell peppers. These are all just for the meal prep. Carrot chips, some squash for dinner tonight. This is my favorite coffee creamer right now, the Chobani cookie dough. Had to get some more of that. Some nice fresh fruit, so some berries, strawberries, blackberries, buy one, get one free. That was a nice surprise. Some green grapes. The kids are loving these. This is just like a nice little treat for them. I love having my kids home for summer, but in order to try to keep up with them, it requires lots and lots of iced coffee. So there's that. Some mozzarella for dinner tonight. This is some fat-free plain Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. I am loving these Kodiak brand pancakes. My kids will eat them as well. Good amount of protein and they taste really good, so I needed more of those. My usual Blue Diamond almond milk. I like to get the vanilla one, the unsweetened one. And then these are for Liam's game tonight for snack duty. I got some Gatorade Zeros, some Oreos, and some chip bags. I always get extra because I like to offer the snacks to the siblings as well. All right, let me talk to you guys about what I'm going to show you today. I like to do what I call a mom meal prep for me because it's really important that I have things ready to go, especially in the summer when my kids are home with me, because I'll tend to then just snack on whatever they're snacking on and go for convenience over health. And so when I have a plan and I start the week off prepared and having things ready to go, my week just goes so much better as far as health. And health, we know, leads to better mental health, leads to happiness, leads to me being a better version of me for my children. So it's important for me to take that time, a couple hours a week, to get my mom meal prep done, but then also our family meal prep. There are things that I make ahead of time to make it easier with my kids. A breakfast I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a lunch. I'm gonna show you snacks, things that Steven and I will eat, but then my children will also eat. That is a win-win for me when I can get something that the entire family will eat, so I'm not having to make multiple meals for everything. So we're gonna do breakfast, we're gonna do lunch, we're gonna do dinner today, I'm gonna do snacks, and then I'm gonna try a new dessert that I have not tried before. It's been this viral TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I hear from all the hip people that it's a viral TikTok thing where it's a cookie dough dessert. It has cottage cheese in it. Stick with me. From what I hear, it's really, really good. So we're gonna try this together and I will give you my honest feedback on how I feel about it. And I will have all the recipes for everything that we make today in the video description box. If there's something I forget, leave me a little comment and I'll shout it out for you. If there's a product that I use that I feel like is helpful for you guys, I will also include that link in the video description box for you. All right, let's get started with breakfast. We're gonna do some protein pancake bites. For me, it's all about the toppings that I put in them. So I'm gonna use the Kodiak cake mix because it's high in protein. A theme that you will find in my meal preps is that I like to do high protein. I think that it makes me feel fuller longer. I think it makes my kids feel fuller longer. So protein is key in our family. So we're gonna start with some protein pancake bites with a variance of toppings. That way my kids don't get tired of them because they have so many different flavors that they can choose from and they freeze really well. So let me get all the ingredients out for that. I'll show you what we're using and then we'll get started. Here's what we need for our pancake bites. So I like to use cooking spray so that they don't stick to our pan. We're gonna use a mini muffin pan, the Kodiak Power Cakes. I just use the buttermilk flavor. That way it leaves where I can just put whatever toppings I want. They also have a chocolate chip flavor that my family really likes. So for our toppings, we're gonna do some with strawberries, some with some fun, patriotic 4th of July colored sprinkles, probably gonna be my kids' favorite, and then some with just some chocolate chips. All right, let's get these made. get them even on the top before I do the toppings. So normally I just tap it on the counter, but I think that will really hurt your ears at home. So I'm gonna try to just, nope, I'm gonna have to tap it. I'm gonna tap real quick, hold on, cover your ears. Was that bad? One more time. Just kind of evens them up for our toppings. That way one isn't getting lopsided when they're cooking and then the toppings are falling off of them. So I think it's an important step. The other thing, our kids normally they're just like pancakes for them, so they'll pick them up and they'll dip them in syrup. If your kids don't do syrup, or if you don't want your kids to do syrup, something you could do is add honey to the mix, or you could just simply put the syrup in the mix, and that will kind of give it a little bit of a sweeter taste, and then they can just eat them straight like they are. My kids tend to just want things a little sweeter, just like their mom. So I like to let them just dip it in syrup afterwards, so I don't add any extra sweetener to it. We're gonna have strawberries, which will give it that natural sweetness, and some of them will have the chocolate chips, we'll have the sprinkles, so the toppings alone sometimes can just be enough as well. All right, let's get these in, the toppings on these, and then we'll put them in the oven. The oven's at 350, and we're gonna watch them, and I will link the recipe below for you guys, but I tend to undercook my things. If you've watched my cooking videos before, I do it on purpose because I know that they're gonna continue to bake while they're in here. So when it comes to my baked goods, I undercut it just a little bit. Depends on your liking. That's how I like to do it. All right, let's get the toppings on. All right, for the lunch recipe, we're gonna be making some Parmesan garlic chicken. I'm gonna show you all the ingredients and then the ways that we're gonna prep it, but let me show you because this morning, right when I got up, I went ahead and put 2 chicken breasts in the crock pot on high with just a little bit of chicken broth. So those are pretty much done at this point, so we are going to shred those. And then to the chicken, I'm going to add some Parmesan garlic sauce. This is from Buffalo Wild Wings. And then the seasoning, you only need a half of a packet, so I already used this the last time that I made this chicken, but it's just the garlic Parmesan seasoning mix. This one came from Walmart, little bit of cottage cheese, and a container of the fat-free plain Greek yogurt. We're gonna blend this up in the blender, and then we're gonna add it to our chicken in the crock pot and kind of let those flavors mix together, let that cook a little bit longer, and then our chicken is ready to go. And then there's 2 ways I'm gonna meal prep the chicken. My kids like to just eat it in a tortilla or just plain on its own with crackers, but for Steven and I, that's what I'm gonna prep in my containers. I love to do just a salad jar, so I use my big mason jars, and the Mediterranean Crunch chopped kit is my absolute favorite. So I'm gonna prep 4 salad jars with this, and then I'll take the chicken and put it on top of the salad for some of the days. The other days, I'm gonna use these containers, and I'll put the chicken in one of the compartments, and then I will put some vegetables. So we're gonna cut up some celery, cut up some bell pepper, and then I like to get just carrot chips because I think they're perfect for just dipping and putting the chicken on top already. So those are ready to go. So we'll get those 3 vegetables in our container. And then I am just a carb girl. Hi, my name is Trisha Miller. I love carbs. So we're gonna add some crackers to our container as well. So then we'll have the chicken, we'll have some vegetables, and we'll have some crackers, and that's just a nice little meal prep. And so I should be able to get 8, so 4 of these and then 4 of the salad jars together, and then Stephen and I will both eat that. And so that is lunch for us for 4 days. And so let's go ahead and get this going so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, but it is such a good and healthy lunch. While that chicken is sitting in the crock pot and just kind of absorbing all of those flavors, I'm gonna get all of the rest of the items ready. So we're gonna prep our salad jars, prep our vegetables for our meal prep containers with the chicken. I thought I did 3 chicken breasts in there, and I was thinking I'd have enough to put the chicken on top of the salads. With only 2, I don't think there's gonna be enough. So I wanna tell you what I like to do typically. So I'll prep the salad inside of the jar. And when you do a salad jar, if you've never made one before, the way that you organize it in your jar, picture your salad upside down. So whatever is at the top of your salad, typically when you're eating it, put it first at the bottom of your jar. So I start with my dressing, I do some of my toppings that won't get soggy, like cheese and things like that. Sometimes I put some almond slices in there. And then the lettuce is gonna go very last. And then that way when you dump your salad into the bowl, it's fun. It just creates this perfect salad where you have the lettuce and all the toppings finally with the salad dressing on top. It's fun. It's magic if you've never done it before. I'll show you tomorrow when I eat this for lunch what it looks like, because it's just fun to watch. And then the other thing, so since I'm not gonna have enough chicken for these, what I will typically do is I'll just go into my freezer. We like to do the Bear chicken nuggets, the Bear chicken tenders. I also do, what brand is it? Let me go find it. I'm gonna show it to you really quick. I don't know why I couldn't remember Tyson. It's a pretty big brand. So it's the Tyson rotisserie seasoned chicken breast strips. I just get a big bag of this at Costco. So I'll throw these in the air fryer, or the Bear chicken tenders in the air fryer, and I'll just cut them up and put them on top of my salad, because I like to add extra protein to my salad, because again, higher protein is my goal this summer. So those are some ways that I do it. All right, let's get our salad jars prepped and keep going. I want to show you things that I add the day of. So I'll put the chicken on top when it's time to eat it. And then the salad kit also comes with these little pita crisps. They have like the best seasoning on them. They're so good. And then I'll do about a tablespoon of this organic mix of hemp, chia, and flax seeds. And it just adds a little bit of crunch, some extra protein, some extra omegas, just all the good stuff. All right, salad jars are good. Let's start getting our veggies prepped. show you a very simple high protein snack idea. So I love almonds, but I also love kind of something sweet in the afternoon after I have lunch and I'm starting to get that afternoon hangriness and tiredness. So this gives me just a little boost of energy. So I'll do a mix of just the lightly salted Blue Diamond almonds, and then to get that sweet tooth craving, I'll do a little bit of the dark chocolate cocoa almonds and then the dark chocolate peanut butter almonds. And I will portion these out, so I'll count them out so that it's a total of 1 serving. And then I just put them in these little steel containers. They're typically just condiment containers, but they have these fun lids, and anything that I can add a little bit of extra whimsy and fun to, I am all about, and I love colors. So I have all of these fun lids, and so I'll get these prepped for me. These are easy to just take on the go when the kids and I are going to do our afternoon adventure, and it's just a simple, easy snack idea. All right, let's check in. We have made breakfast, we have meal prepped lunch, we've done a snack. So now it's time for dessert because it's not dinner time yet. We'll pick up later today and we'll do dinner together, and that will be the final recipe. But for dessert, I want to try this viral cookie dough recipe. So the one that I found and the one that I will link for you guys is a chocolate chip cookie dough, but you have to use vanilla protein powder. I don't love vanilla protein powder. I love chocolate peanut butter protein powder. This is the one that I use, and I'll show you all the ingredients. So I'm gonna make a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie dough. I think it's gonna be delicious. I hope it's gonna be delicious. All right, let me show you the recipe, and then we're gonna try it. All right, here's what we need. These are just my measuring cups, but you're gonna need some cottage cheese. The recipe calls for full fat. I tend to go fat-free, so I compromised and went low fat for the recipe. This is my protein powder that I always use. It's the About Time brand. I've gotten it on Amazon for 15 plus years, and this is their chocolate peanut butter flavor. It's so good. We need some vanilla, some pure maple syrup, some almond flour. This is where we might have the recipe take a turn, because in the recipe it says that we're not supposed to use the super fine almond flour, but I could not find any almond flour that wasn't labeled super fine. So if you know the secret place to find that, let me know, but we're gonna keep going with it and just see what happens. And then you need a whole cup of chocolate chips, and I don't have enough in one bag, so we're just gonna scrape all these together. We're gonna do some milk chocolate chips, and then since I'm doing a peanut butter chocolate chip flavored cookie dough, I'm gonna add just a little bit of the peanut butter Lily's baking chips. And I always love to use the Lily's brand. It's lower sugar, and then that way when we're making it healthy, I just kind of feel like we're not ruining the recipe by adding just pure sugar chocolate chips. And I'm gonna use my food processor to blend it up because I don't have a blender, and my Ninja is dirty right now since we just used it. So this is what we're gonna use, and let's just see what happens. Cookie dough has to sit in the fridge for 3 hours. I am very intrigued by this recipe. It looks like cookie dough, so fingers crossed. I mean, it's a massive batch. I think the recipe says it's like 4 portions. I'm gonna make it much smaller for the portions because I don't want the caloric intake that like a whole portion would have. But oh my gosh, it smells good. It looks like cookie dough. So now I've set the bar really high, so I really hope that it tastes good when we try it. But we're gonna check back in about 3 hours because that's perfect. It's only 1 o'clock, so let's check in 3 hours. We'll do a taste test of that together, and then I'll show you the final recipe, which is dinner. It's a pesto chicken dinner. So good. All right, I'll see you in 3 hours. All right, it's been several hours. It is time to get dinner going, but first I want to try the dessert with you guys. And also I like to make just a fun drink before I cook dinner every night. And this was just some lemon lime ice cubes that I made with you guys, I believe a couple of videos ago, and just a grapefruit sparkling water. And it's just so refreshing. And I'll just switch up the sparkling water flavor that I do. Annie says hello to everybody. She heard the word dessert, so she came running. Let me get the dessert out of the fridge and let's try it together. All right, I just showed you a close-up. It certainly looks like cookie dough. I don't know why, but I'm just nervous to try it. I really want it to taste good. Annie and I want it to taste good. All right, Annie's getting hungry for dinner too, so I'm gonna feed her in a second. Let's do a taste test together. Get a little close-up of the bite. Let's see. Wow. That is really good. Okay. Let me swallow really quickly. All right. It's not, so as a child, I ate a lot of raw cookie dough before we knew it was not safe to do that. So it's not as firm as like regular cookie dough would be. It's certainly not as sweet as regular cookie dough, but I like that. It's the perfect amount of sweetness. It's a little softer than I thought it would be. And maybe if I put it in the fridge overnight, that would be different. I'll probably try that because I'm going to separate it out into just little containers for a dessert size portion and keep it in the fridge, obviously, until I eat it. But the recipe says it stays good in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. So I'm really excited about this. Wow. My kids are gonna steal it when they see me eating it for sure. So I'll probably let them try that, but that's really, really good. I will absolutely include this recipe in the video description box for you. I don't taste cottage cheese at all. So if you're somebody who doesn't like cottage cheese and any recipe you see that involves that just completely scares you off, I don't like cottage cheese either. It's a texture thing. I just don't like it. I would not know cottage cheese is in this recipe if I tried it without knowing. So 10 out of 10, recommend it. All right, let's make dinner. All right, dinner tonight is a summer chicken zucchini casserole. So we need some zucchini, some yellow squash, some chicken. It's still just a little bit frozen because I pulled it out of the freezer last night, but that's okay. I think it'll be fine. Some pre-made pesto sauce. I like to get the Rayo's brand. And then some onion, mozzarella cheese, Parmesan, and then just the typical seasonings that I use. So salt, seasoned pepper, and a little bit of garlic salt. And then I'm gonna get it prepared in this casserole dish, and it is such a delicious summer treat. It's healthy. Everybody in my family will eat it. hope you all enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments which recipe you plan on trying first. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!